What's going on, folks? Colion Noir, and what I got for you today is a Glock 45 from Circle H Customs out of Houston. H-Town. All right, so anybody who watched my first mag on the Glock 19X, you know the 19X has become, or I can officially say it, is my favorite Glock. I love the 19X. There's something about the balance and weight, it just works for me. I still haven't been able to figure it out, but I freaking love it. So I've always wanted to get my hand on the Glock 45 because honestly, it was in all black. And you guys know how much I love the color black. It's like 112,000 degrees outside, and here I am standing in what is essentially black. So I wanted an all black version, and so when they came out with the Glock 45, I was like, I want to get my hands on that. Then I was in Houston, my hometown. I don't live there anymore. And I ran into a couple of guys who did some custom work on Glocks, Circle H Customs. And we kind of did some talking. And he's like, yo, let me pimp out a Glock 45 for you since you're looking for one. I'm like, cool, let's do it. So here it is, my Glock 45 from Circle H Customs. And real quick, I'll go over some of the aesthetic details. So what you have here is kind of this distressed finish. I look at it and I think it's been living on the set of the Book of Eli for like 10 years, and it's finally made its debut. I know in the Book of Eli, he used the HK-45, but if I were to use a Glock in the Book of Eli, this is probably how it would look. It's really kind of has like a distress, nickel boron kind of feel to it. Like it's just been sitting, like it literally camouflages with the ground. Like you just, it almost completely disappears, but then does it. Nonetheless, we got here is we have some beautiful stipple work. I'm always a sucker for edges, you know, because the lineup is everything, even though y'all have never actually seen what my hair looks like, maybe one day. But love the edge work here, border work on this particular gun, love the grip, love the stippling, and as well running the agency aftermarket trigger. Now, my thoughts on the agency trigger, I actually talked about it in the video I did on the agency. Has some pros and its cons. If you saw in the opening shot where I did the mag dump, it wasn't as fast as I normally could shoot because these triggers to me aren't really designed to shoot fast as they are to be a self-defense trigger. However, under that, guys, as a self-defense trigger, it's awesome. Shooting at speed, I'd probably use a different trigger. Who cares at this point? Let's do some shooting. Because I was worried, because I'm like, will it have the same feel? Have the same feel as a 19X, and by and large it does. Now it has a different kind of feel to it because you have the stipple, you have the grip that's stippled here, so it's going to give a different feeling versus the kind of grid textured, not grid, but the little square pattern of the stock version of the 19X. And also here, you kind of have these cuts underneath the trigger guard. They may seem like it's just purely aesthetic, but when you get your hand around the gun, you do notice it. You get a better grip on the gun than you normally would with the straight bottom edge. And kind of giving you the control that you want. Oh man, I just love this platform. And I remember, like I said in the 19X video, I'm like, I don't understand why the 19X even bothered to exist. It really doesn't have any purpose. But man, does it shoot phenomenally. It just, yeah. It's just so intuitive. Now I want to talk about this trigger a little bit. This trigger is interesting in that, let's see, it's not a very fast trigger. And I'm trying to figure out a way to describe what I mean by a fast trigger. Like it's, like of course you could shoot it fast, but what it does is, here you have the wall, which is very, not that defined. It's about there. There it is. And then the gun goes off. Now, that's not an issue so much in that for concealed carry, it's kind of perfect. It's not heavy, it's just not super light. Problem is, so when I come here and I do my reset is right there. And then I come off it, reset, there. Reset, there. There. So the reset is actually really short and I like it. The problem is the wall. When I shoot fast, I want to be able to get back on that wall really quickly. And it's not that I can't do it on here, it's just not that definable. So I have to take a second or two to really find out where it is. I can slap the trigger all day long and do that, but I'm not gonna be on target. So from a concealed carry standpoint, I think it's a great trigger. From a speed shooting, shoot 'em up bang bang fast type, it wouldn't be my go-to. All right, what else do we got here? These sights, right now, I think I'm gonna end up changing these sights. These sights have they're just your typical 3-dot Glock sights that I actually hate, second only to the stock version. These are the night sights here. And they work, they do their job, but I'm not the biggest fan of them. But they're much better than the stock non-night sight stocks that you usually get with the Glocks. I have this thing, aesthetically I like things to be clean and simple, but then sometimes I like things to be, if there's straight lines and edges, I don't mind things being busy. So serrations on this gun are pretty excessive, but I kind of like it. It's just kind of a continuation on from what the 45 looks like here, and then you have them at the top along with the logo. And I kind of like the way the light's hitting on that slide. I like this distressed look. I don't know why, but I do. And you know, it's funny, I've been calling this Circle H Customs and it's really Circle H Gunworks. And you also hear you have a stipple pattern down here, which, like I said, you think it wouldn't make a difference, but it does. The only thing on a gun that I think doesn't make a difference is the stipple here. For a lot of people it does, for me it doesn't. Largely because I have little hobbit hands. So my hands don't really, I mean, they're there, but and on every gun that's ever done that, it's done really nothing for me. Let's see if we can shoot at some distance. I don't know why I just tapped the magazine. There was absolutely no reason to do that. There we go. Come on, give me one more. Come on, one more. There we go, 20 rounder. Yeah, come back up, come back up. Oh, you're just gonna stay dead. You have no ambition. That's why nobody will remember your name. Good God, this thing just points so intuitively. It just, I don't even have to think about it. There's some guns where you kind of come on target and you're like, all right, is that it? Yep, that's not it. There it goes. All right, up, found it. Like, it just, this gun just, I'll tell you one thing. Out here, this gun gets hot, like real hot. Now granted, I've shot a lot of rounds, but man, nothing stays cool out here in this Texas heat. And I mean nothing. And see, you see what I go through? I'm actually out here for y'all. I love this gun. Oh man, I want to take the 19X. I think I'm out of bullets. I want to take the 19X and run it back to back against the 45 and 19X to see if there is any real difference. I don't think it really would be fair because this is highly customized. However, I want to see. But that being said, I like what we did here. The irony is, I wanted the Glock 45 because it was all black, and I love 19X, and it was in the same design language and pattern as the 19X. Ironically enough, the gun's not all black. It's the Book of Eli distress, as I like to call it. And I gotta be honest with you, I like it. I like it. I actually prefer it over the all black. I have enough black guns, to be honest with you. But this I like. It's one of these, the beautiful thing about having a distress look, you don't have to worry about any damage to the slide aesthetically. Sometimes when you get that nice shiny black finish and then you start taking it in and out of a holster, you start to see the wear. It starts to kind of weigh on you a little bit. But there's something about something that's purposefully and already worn that you really just don't care because it goes with the aesthetic and you like the aesthetic, which makes no sense. We're weird as humans. It's like, if it's really clean, we want it to stay clean. But if it's dirty and it looks distressed and worn, we want it to look really worn. And we like both of them. I don't know. But that is the Glock 45, my custom Glock 45 from Circle H Gunworks. Thanks guys, y'all did a bang up job on this. I'm gonna shoot this gun with pride. I'm gonna change these sights out though. That's not gonna work for me. That's not gonna work for me at all. But you know, like I said, the stipple work is awesome, beautiful edge work. Love the beveling in the front here on the slide. It's the little things. And they did a phenomenal job. I like it a lot. Got some dust in here. Like even, look at that, look. Like you can see this dust. And it works, it actually works with the finish of the gun. I think that's kind of dope. But yeah, Glock 45, Circle H Gunworks out of Houston, Texas. I'll let your boy.
You know, we talk a lot about empowerment in this country, except for when it comes to the Second Amendment. And I can't think of anything more empowering than having the most effective tool to protect you and your family. Help me spread this message by liking and sharing this video with everyone that you know. And don't forget to leave a comment, subscribe to the channel, and click the notification bell. And remember, when the Second Amendment said militia, it wasn't talking about the government, it was talking about you. And if you want to know where to find all of the I'm the Militia shirt and merchandise, click the I'm the Militia link in the description section of this video.